We think rejection hurts because it means something is wrong with us. That's the scam. We treat rejection like a verdict, like life just stamped our forehead with not enough and sent us back into the wilderness, so we obsess over how to avoid it. We engineer small life just to avoid hearing the word no, and the irony, being invisible is far worse than being rejected. We all know that specific feeling. You send a message and they reply with a dry okay or not at all. You hold the door, nobody says thank you. You ask a question in a group and get no reply. A cashier is warm and chatty with the person ahead of you, then goes cold for your turn. Your face gets a little hot, your heart rate jumps, and suddenly your brain acts like this small moment is proof of something bigger, like you've just been exposed. There are 5 truths here. They will help you see the rejection for what it really is, a survival reflex that never learned the difference between a lion and a late reply. Truth 1. The pain of rejection is a biological false alarm. In 2003, a neuroscientist named Naomi Eisenberger put people through social rejection scenarios inside a functional MRI scanner. What she found was uncomfortable. Social rejection activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the same brain region that processes physical pain. Not metaphorically, literally, your brain processes being left out of a group chat with the same neural architecture it uses to process a broken bone. And the important part? That system evolved in a world where social rejection meant being kicked out from a tribe of 50 people, which wasn't a learning experience, it was a death sentence. The pain was the right response, it was calibrated for that world. That world is gone. You are not in a tribe of 50, you are on a planet of 8 billion people. And the rejection your nervous system is treating like a mortal threat is just a left Tinder swipe. The mechanism is real, the threat is not. When that pain hits, you are not receiving a signal, you are experiencing a glitch. This is your obsolete software firing a false alarm. Knowing this will not make it go away immediately, but it stops feeling like a verdict that something is wrong with you, because it's not. Which leads to something most people completely invert. Truth 2. We are made to believe that zero rejection means we are doing well socially and professionally. What it really means is that either you are not trying or that your goals are very small. If you are not being rejected, you are effectively hiding. You are unconsciously selecting only the things you are guaranteed to get. Universal acceptance is only possible if you systematically remove what makes you you. Every rough edge and every unique opinion that might cause friction, you become water. Safe, necessary, but ultimately tasteless. Think of rejection not as a punishment, but as a tax. It's what you pay for doing what you really want to do and being who you really are. If you haven't been rejected recently, you're not playing at the level of your abilities, you're not paying the tax. And the long-term cost of that, invisibility, delusion, the slow disappearance of whatever was specific about you, is far more expensive than the short-term bruise of a no. And speaking of the no itself, we've been misreading it. Truth 3. Rejection is rarely an objective verdict on you. We assume the person rejecting us is some neutral judge descending from the heavens to assess our value with perfect accuracy. They're not. They're just a person, a tired, biased, distracted, inconsistent person with their own preferences, fears, timing issues, blind spots, budget, stress hormones, and sometimes strange logic. When someone says no, they're not evaluating your soul. They're reacting to their internal story. A headhunter may reject you because he sees your kindness as weakness, because he confuses aggression with strength. A date may reject you because you remind them of someone they're not over. A client may reject you because your price triggered their own money anxiety. Of course, that doesn't mean feedback is useless. Sometimes a no does contain useful information, but it's still not an objective cosmic verdict. It's just information filtered through another human nervous system. So, instead of asking what's wrong with me, try asking what fears, preferences, or constraints might be affecting their response. This turns the tables, it's not about you anymore. Suddenly you are the observer, not the defendant. And it's usually a much more accurate read of the situation. Next, there is a trap that's difficult to see, and it's an expensive one. Truth 4. We treat a clear no as the worst possible outcome and a maybe as an open possibility. We cling to the gray zone because it still gives us hope. But hope in a dead end is extremely expensive. A final no is a high-speed filtration. It closes the loop. It gives your finite time and energy back to you immediately, so you can point it at the next higher probability target. Maybe, on the other hand, keeps mental tabs open, drains you, and keeps you emotionally parked in front of a door that may never open. Prolonged ambiguity is a far more expensive cognitive state than rejection, so start valuing the no. The faster you collect it, the faster you find the yes that actually matters. And the last one, truth 5. Nobody is keeping score of your rejections, not even close. Social psychologists have a name for this, the spotlight effect. We move through the world believing that we are under observation, that other people are tracking our failures, awkward moments, updating their files on us every time we stumble. They're not. They're thinking about their own awkward moment from 3 days ago. even if they witnessed a rejection to your dress, if there even was one, that memory is already overwritten by another one about themselves. You are trying to preserve a reputation that doesn't actually exist in the minds of others. You are the only one holding it. What does this mean? Well, it means you can afford to fail more often, louder, and with less self-consciousness, because the audience you fear doesn't actually exist. When you look at all these 5 things together, a realization starts to form. Rejection isn't the problem. Our resistance to it is. A no is not an obstacle standing in the way of a good life. It is literally a mechanism by which a good life is built. It is proof that you are actually participating in the world instead of just watching it go by. The goal isn't to stop feeling rejection, that's not available. The goal is to stop letting a 10,000-year-old system write your decisions in the present. Feel the glitch, name it, and then go do the thing anyway.